Hello people, welcome back to yet another video. Let's talk about Arsenal. It's been a while since I recorded my last video, pretty much same thing as last year. January comes and our season is pretty much, well, last year it was in jeopardy, this year is more progressive, it's already gone. So that's the reason I didn't make any videos. I said before, I'm not making videos just for the sake of making videos. If there's nothing I want to talk about, I just don't do it. Last December, not 2024, 2023, last season basically, I made a video where I said this January will show me if kroenkes are really ambitious to win the Champions League or the Premier League, as they said, or they're just happy to be top 4. And we got our answer then, and we even got a more resounding answer this year. So yeah, I think this is what we can all agree on. Now, looking at this season so far, it's a shame. I think we all can agree that after the huge, massive drop-off of City, we didn't take advantage of that at all. We pretty much lost everything we could lose. The Carabao Cup, I said many times, I'm not a huge fan of it, especially when you don't have the squad. There's no need to go and stretch that much, but the FA Cup is a tournament that I love. I mean, we won it the most, so we should have protected it, and we just threw it away, really. The Premier League, yeah, I don't think there's anything to be mentioned there. Pretty much done and dusted for Liverpool. I mean, if Forest consider themselves as title contenders, fine with me. But Arsenal is out of this battle, pretty much, yeah. And the Champions League, let's be real. I mean, we would struggle with our full squad to get through any of the Madrid teams. Not disrespected PSV, but right now I don't think we can even beat PSV, to be fair. They're a good side, we have no attacking options, so we'll probably just go out of the Champions League as well, which will be funny to watch. So yeah, this season pretty much doom and gloom done. We can already plan for our summer vacations. Good thing I have my North American teams to watch, to enjoy. Huge Washington Capitals fan, so yeah, I'm enjoying the season there as well. So not going to talk much about this season anymore. Couple of words of this January transfer window. Yeah, I'm not sure what you can talk about the January transfer window. I mean, a lot of teams did a lot of good job. We were pretty much sitting there enjoying our coffee. You could say that when you don't have a sports direction, or as I call it, general manager, because I said it before, I think we went with the American model, so I don't think we have sports direction, I think we have a general manager, and Arteta is pretty much the coach. But yeah, when you don't have one, it's hard to negotiate anything, really. I didn't expect us to go and sign absolutely nobody. I didn't expect a good window, but I expected some sort of loan deals. We probably wouldn't like them anyway. We wouldn't be happy, but not doing anything is it's scandalous, to be fair. It's just it really killed this club, and I'm not sure what the kroenkes will be talking about at the end of the season. All this Zumamendi nonsense and all that thing. I think that one thing that unites the whole Arsenal fan base is until he holds Arsenal shirt, nobody believes it. It's just a rumor. If Real Madrid are there, if Liverpool are there, I mean, why the hell he would come to Arsenal right now at this point of time? There's no point. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, there's not much to talk about. January, obviously, all those links started straight away for the summer. Again, been there, seen that for so many years. That we're gonna go big. We're gonna sign this player. We're gonna sign that player. Apart from I would say the two windows when we signed Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, and Vieira, I believe, and the next one when we signed Declan Rice. Apart from those two windows, which I think were very good windows, not good enough, but very good. Apart from those two windows in the last probably 20 years, there was not much joy for Arsenal fans, so I'm not looking into the summer, to be fair, which means the next season again. Not sure what to expect either. I mean, I will be shocked if they do anything big this summer. Again, just saying what every person out there says, what every Arsenal fan, and probably not even Arsenal fans, are saying. You know, you have Gyökeres, you have Osimhen, you have those proven strikers. You have Watkins, obviously. Villa probably won't sell him now, but still an option. So many strikers out there. We're probably gonna go and grab another young fella, unproven, and I just don't think we can afford it anymore. We're gonna keep that way. We're gonna lose half of our team. Saliba will be gone 100%. I read a report actually last night, yesterday basically, that apparently Real Madrid are no longer prioritizing a center back. So Saliba was their priority number one for the summer, but apparently now it's not, and it doesn't make me feel better at all. Because first of all, that's a rumor. Second of all, Madrid can change their mind in a blink of an eye, and Madrid is not the only team out there that Saliba would go to, right? And we can't blame him. To be fair, if Saliba wants to go, I'm not going to blame the guy. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. Will be sad, of course. He's one of our best players, one of my favorite players. But to be fair, you have to understand him. Like, he wanna wins, and right now doesn't look like we are going to. It's still a good, obviously, it's still a good squad, right? I mean, four attacking players. You take four attacking players out of Liverpool squad. You know, if you take Salah, Nunes, who's there, Salah, Nunes, Jota, and Diaz out of this squad, they will struggle as well, obviously. If you take all four attacking players at the same time, they will struggle. I mean, look what happened to City. They lost one player, and the whole season went crumbling. So, and that's not an excuse, of course, but what I'm trying to say is that we still have a good team. We still have a good environment in the team, good salaries. It's still the English Premier League. You're still fighting for the title pretty much year in, year out. But I think he wants to take the next step, and he probably will. If it's not Madrid, you have Bayern Munich, you have PSG, you have Barcelona. They could come. So, yeah. The problem is not even with Saliba. The problem is you're looking at Gabriel. He was furious after that Nottingham Forest game, and he was right to do so. What will he do? What will Martin Odegaard do? I know a lot of people are criticizing him lately, especially. I just think that after that ankle injury, he's not the same player. Maybe not fully recovered, I don't know. I still think he's one of our best players. I still think he's one of the best midfielders in the world. It's just that all those injuries affected him massively. He needs people that move on the pitch. You can't tell me that a guy goes from, you know, finding quarters from 100 yards to, you know, not being able to make a single pass in like 2 months. It's not how it works. So for me, if he decides to go, he will go as well. So we are going to lose a lot of our players. It's a matter of time for that to happen if something doesn't change. Now, talking about changes, you know that I like Mikel Arteta, you know that I support pretty much the guy. I did criticize him, but right now, does he have to go? Right, that's the biggest question apparently out there. And it's hard to say for me personally, from the way I look at sports, the way I look at football in general. But yes, if you look at from purely from a football fan, like average football fan perspective, or from the perspective of ownership that wants to win, yeah, he has to go 100%. He had to go last year. Um, I know you don't sack a manager for finishing second, like 2 points behind your rivals, but sometimes you need to make harsh decisions. Sorry, and I think he has to go. I think he has to go. The problem here is this: kroenkes now have two options, in my opinion. They only have two options. they either sack Arteta and they go for a big name, someone like Ancelotti or I don't know, maybe Gasparini. I know people say it's not exactly a big name, but still very experienced manager, or any of other Italian guys out there. Maybe try to get Conte or someone like that, like a proven winning manager, and that would be a way to show to the fan base that look, we really want to win, we are ambitious, right? Things didn't work with Arteta. You don't have to come out and say it was a mistake and stuff like that. No, you can just say it didn't work the way we planned it. Save face. And I think a lot of people think that people who are Arteta in and people who are Arteta out will be happy with that decision, because obviously Arteta out people will get what they wanted, and Arteta in fans have to realize that look, if you are going to get, if there's any chance to get Ancelotti, you have to get Ancelotti or someone like that. I didn't mention Pep because there's no chance to get Pep anyway, so no point talking about this one. So that's the first option. The second option, if they really want to keep Arteta, if they really want this manager here, they have to come out and protect him and take the blame like he did for the last couple of months with all those stupid comments, like this is the best ownership I ever worked with and all this thing. They have to come out and protect him. They basically have to come out and say something of the ilk of it's not the manager's fault, it's our fault, we didn't back him enough, we didn't provide him with the tools to win. For example, when Edu left, you should have gone and signed a sporting director straight away, an experienced one. They didn't do it, right? Something of that ilk, right? Those are the only two options. Because if you go and sack Arteta and you hire another novice manager, someone who is either a rookie or let's say not a big name, not a very good manager, risk with another guy that nobody ever heard of, I don't think that will work, and I don't think anybody will be happy. Again, people who are Arteta in will say, well, you could, like, why would you sack Arteta and then hire someone who is, even worse than him, for example, right? Because let's be real, Arteta is a good manager, not elite one, maybe not the guy to make the final step, but he's a good manager. The guy challenges for the title for 3 years in a row. Last time that happened was probably between 2004 and 2006 with Wenger. And he he did rebuild, he got a lot of players, and a lot of people say he spent a lot of money, but he still spent half of what every other club did, right? Inflation's counted. Because this Liverpool team, this Manchester City team, they were not built in the last 4 or 5 years when Arteta was here. They were built way before that. So I'm not saying I'm making excuses for Arteta, but that's just a fact, right? So I think Arteta did a very good job. So if you're going to go and sign another young guy, or someone who will be here and will have to be grateful to you because you gave him the chance, you might as well stick with Arteta. So people who are Arteta in will say, well, what the hell is the difference now, right? You're making things worse. And I think that people who are Arteta out won't be happy as well, because they will say, well, it's the same thing, right? We want a big name, you bring us another Arteta, basically. So in my opinion, those are the only two options. What would I prefer? I honestly don't know. Right now, it's actually shocking. I mean, this January transfer window shocked me really, like never before. I think we need to go to sort the general manager, sporting direction, whatever you want to call it, position. We need to go for a really experienced guy, and if that guy doesn't want to work with Arteta and wants a different manager, someone who is more proven, you have to go with it. As for this summer transfer window, I have no clue how much you need to spend now with all the things that you've done, because who are you selling this summer? Are you going to sell Gabriel Jesus? Because you're not selling Havertz, let's be real here. Zinchenko maybe. Who else? We lose Tierney, it's already known he's going to Celtic, so that's already 3 players. From our midfield, who are letting go, Jorginho or Partey, and if you let both of them go, means that you have to sign another two midfielders. So that's two midfielders, that's a striker, at least one. Then obviously Sterling will go back to Chelsea. Doesn't make much of a difference, but still you have to sign a cover for Saka, or if you look at Nwaneri, that he's the cover for Saka, then you have to sign someone who can cover for Odegaard. Right, so that's either your attacking midfielder or your right wing. So that's already 4 players. And you have to sign another goalie, right? Not a starting goalie, but still you have to find a backup goalie, good backup goalie. Then you have to, if you manage to hold on with all our current players, that would be great. If we are going to sell Saliba, replacing Saliba won't be cheap. I'm not sure what money they're planning to take for Saliba, but replacing Saliba basically will means like you take 100 mils, let's say it's 100 mils, and you spend 100 mils because there are not many center backs out there that we can grab, unless that was the plan from the start. Because if we think of, we have Ben White who can play a center back, we have Calafiori who is a center back, obviously Gabriel is there, and you have Jurien Timber who is also a center back, right? Plus you have Tomiyasu who can play a center back. So maybe they are prepared for that. Maybe they look at this as, okay, we have enough center backs. Even if we sell Saliba, maybe they will just go and sign another wing back or right back, probably. Yeah, because we have more left back. So maybe it will be a right back. I don't know. But yeah, pretty much we're looking at with a summer where you have to sign at least 3 starting players, that being a striker, that being a midfielder, and that being probably a left wing, which I didn't mention in the list, by the way, because we don't know what happens with Martinelli. We don't know what happens with Trossard. Trossard probably will go. Martinelli, he needs to pick up form, otherwise we can't go like this. So yeah, that's a pretty damn hard one. It's really baffling that there's this radio silence from the kroenkes, nowhere to be seen, nothing has been said. I was trying to find anything from the kroenkes, nothing, absolutely nothing. They're just gone, which is strange, to say the least. So yeah, pretty damn hard video to make. Let's see how it goes. Let's hope they make a decision whatever it is. If they're going to sack Arteta, let's hope they can go and grab a big name, big manager, and sort the things out. If they're gonna keep Arteta, they have to go with well, you need the sporting directions anyway, sporting director anyway. So they need to do that. They need to go big in the summer, really big, sign players. Oh yeah, and the last thing is who is making decisions about signing the players, because I do not believe for a second that it's Arteta. Maybe he probably has a saying, like any coach has a saying. I personally think that the way it works is he says what positions he needs players, and basically they just give him a list to approve, and they just grab one of the players in the list, whichever they can. So I don't think that this Arteta signed Havertz really works. I think that it's probably Edu's decision. Out of all the players, he probably looked at the price. He looked at how easy will be this transfer be, and Arteta just probably said, "Okay, I can work with that." If Arteta is really responsible for all the transfers here, right? If he's the guy who has the last word, if he's the guy who says, "I want this player," in case of Havertz, then obviously he has to take the blame, because a lot of those transfers really didn't work the way we wanted them. Sterling is absolutely shocking. Like, who the hell decided to sign this guy? I mean, yeah, it's pretty much like we're playing with 10 men on the pitch. Nothing against the men, but Jesus Christ, man. I mean, you might as well just promote another player from the academy and just be done with it. Because every single time I saw him playing this season was shocking. Nothing happens. He actually made Martinelli look like a world beater. Because people criticize Martinelli, he doesn't run past defenders enough, but he at least does it from time to time. And he scores a goal here and there. He gets an assist. He puts a pressure on the right back. Sterling is pretty much useless. Nothing happens. All he does is run into people, falls down, and loses the ball. So shocking, really shocking. Mikel Merino and Calafiori. With Calafiori, I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. I just think that he's not suitable to play the left back position, as probably Arteta wanted him to. He's probably more of a center back, because as a center back he's a good player. If you go and watch his games before joining Arsenal, as a center back he's a good player. He's a very good center back. As a left back, not so much. The one thing you have to give to Calafiori, he's very good going forward. So he could potentially play this, whatever the hell this inverted role is. Maybe when we get Ben White back, or I don't know, maybe if we sign a more mobile center mid, we put Declan Rice as this, as his best position, CDM, and you put potentially someone like, okay, let's go for it, Subamendi, right? Someone a bit more mobile, who can cover potentially for Calafiori. Then he could potentially play that role, or even if you put Calafiori as this, as the center mid. But going forward, he's very good. He scores some amazing goals. He's very good at carrying the ball forward. The problem is, as we all saw, he can't defend as a left back. That's not his position. But yeah, I don't think it was a bad signing, especially for the money spent. I don't think it's a bad signing. I think it's a good signing. Not great, but good. With Merino, yeah, that one is kind of tough to look. I mean, it looks like another try to be smart. We are going to sign a player and we're going to play him on position that nobody saw him. And at this point of time, I mentioned, especially in last year's videos when I started making those videos, I've mentioned the movie Moneyball a couple of times. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's a movie about baseball. It's one of the greatest sports movies out there. And right now I'm fully convinced that the kroenkes watched that movie and they got the inspiration from there, because we're doing exactly that. We're getting players nobody wants, or most people don't want, apart from players like maybe Calafiori, maybe like Rice. The other signings were pretty much just Arsenal interested. We're trying to get players and play them in positions that nobody thought they can play. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Unfortunately, when it doesn't, it costs us massively. And again, if that's Arteta's decision, yeah, that doesn't speak well of him. Because at some point you need to realize, if something is not working, stop doing it. Go back a step or two and um, repair the damage, right? Make the things work. So yeah, people, sorry for the long video. I hope you liked the video. Like it, please share it, comment under it. Do you agree with me? What do you think should happen this summer? Do you think it's Arteta? Do you think it's not Arteta? Do you think we should aim for the kroenkes first and foremost? Just get them out, or at least put a lot of pressure on them, and then we can sort the managerial position. Do you think that's the case? If we sack Arteta, who do you think we should go? Should we go for another young manager, or should we try to get a bigger name? Yeah, so thanks for watching, and up to the next one.